Hi guys, welcome to Flipped in Oz. My name is Peta and I am on a journey to pay down a down deposit on a house here in Australia. I'm going to do this by flipping furniture for profit, and hopefully along the way you'll learn something and also know how to get the most bang for your buck here in Oz and what products to use and all the rest of it. So let's get started.
So we are starting with this gorgeous end bench. I picked this up at a thrift shop or a charity store that we call them here in Australia. It was $14 and then they had 50% off, so it actually ended up costing me about $7.
Hey, doggy.
That's Zorro. He's usually hanging around me somewhere in the workroom. So we got this piece. So we're just going to start now by just giving it a quick scuff sand. I usually use some type of sanding block and about a 120 or 220 sandpaper, depending on it. Now this is solid wood, this piece, so it really just needed a scuff sand. I was just taking off some of the excess gloss. Now we are giving it a quick clean. I like to use vinegar and water. It's a really clean grease cutting combination, and it dries really quickly as well, so there's no downtime. When you're cleaning a piece, it's really good to be really thorough. Turn it over, have a look at it on either side, because sometimes you can get dust that settles in places that you can't see from the top side. So it's always good to turn it over and just be extra thorough with your cleaning. Now we're going to get over onto painting. So I like to use a combination of brushes. I like to use a round brush when I'm working with grooves and in tight spaces. I find that you get really nice coverage and it wraps around all of the details really well. I don't use a lot of paint. You don't need to overload your brush when you're using or painting. So here I've just dipped in the tip and you'll see how far it spreads. It's better to do a couple of light coats than doing one heavy coat with a lot of drips, because then you have to go back and sand and re-sand everything down, and it makes for an actual harder job. So I like to paint in the direction of the grain. It keeps all of your brush strokes going one way and it makes for a nicer finish, in my opinion. So yeah, with one of these pieces it takes a bit longer, but in the end I think it's worth it. So today I'm using a really pretty light blue colour. This might be a little bit scandalous, but I actually just use regular wall paint, water-based wall paint. This one is a Dulux one, so I actually get them from the mist tint section at Bunnings, and it keeps my paint costs really low. I got a 4-litre can for $10 in this colour, and it's a great neutral colour. And the best thing about mist tints as well is that it's what people are actively putting in their houses, and so if you do pick up the colours properly, then your pieces will suit the colour palettes that are in fashion currently and what people are putting on their walls. So that's a good handy tip to have. So yeah, I save a lot of money that way. I think I could probably get oodles and oodles and oodles of projects out of the one colour. So anytime I'm in Bunnings, I just swing past and get it and just pick up what I can find. So we've done the first coat on all of the legs. As you can see, there's a bit of show through, but nothing that a second coat can't fix. So it's always good just to go around your piece after you finish painting the first coat and just make sure there's no trips or extra bits of paint drips or anything like that, and just run a dry brush or the brush that you're currently painting with no extra paint on it, and just pick them up. So now we're just painting the top. And with this piece, I'm actually going to I could have sanded this
so it'll be like a
piece down
grain
to have a natural top, but it is actually matching a bed head, and so I wanted it to match completely. So I did do that. So this is the first coat on the top. As you can see, I'm not trying to get complete coverage. I'm just trying to get the paint on there, and then I can always come back and fix it up in the next coat. So as we wait for coats to dry, I usually just wrap my brushes in cling wrap. That way I can use them the next time and I don't have to clean in between coats. So I've come back and I've done the second coat. As you can see, we've now got full coverage. Looks so pretty with my light on it in my workroom. So that's 2 coats worth of paint, and you can tell that we've got full opaque coverage. So this is the final result. I went ahead and glazed it. I have a separate video coming for how to glaze things. It was my first time doing it, but I just used the Rust-Oleum glaze that you can find in Bunnings, and I just went into painted it on, went in the direction of the wood, and then just rubbed it back. So that's the matching set. And these are how the sets turned out. I also matched the bench and the bed head with this dresser. I listed the set for $400 on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold all pieces for the $400. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you in the next video.